Hey guys.
Hi guys.
Alrighty, so I know we've been bad so far.
We have. We're so sorry.
Yes, we're so sorry. We'll have a video coming out. I don't know which one we're making it. I don't know when it's
filming it today.
You'll find out what's going on. But we've been very busy, and we have we've fallen behind.
We have.
In a lot of videos, but especially in the New York Comic-Con Funko Pop stuff. So without making this video super long, let's just get right into it and try to make this thing quick. First one they showed us was Zack Ryder from the WWE. I don't watch wrestling anymore, so I don't even know who this is, to be quite honest with you.
I haven't watched wrestling for about 7 years, so I'm really out of the loop.
Yeah. Wrestling died for me when Stone Cold and The Rock left.
Definitely.
That was it for me, but I know a lot of wrestling fans, but I don't think a lot of people like him for some reason. I saw in the comments a lot of people like, really? So I don't know anything about that story, but it's just a WWE pop, nothing really special. They all kind of look about the same. Up next, they gave us a Game of Thrones reveal, just with 2 pops, not a whole lot. I was thinking there'd be more, but nope. First one up is Lyanna. We get Lyanna. I mean, just there's not a lot of stuff you can do with this sculpt for Game of Thrones. It's really all in their outfit.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was going to say. Up next, we also got to see Jaqen H'ghar, or the Faceless Man. So I'm really excited for this one. I know a lot of people have been looking forward to this pop, so I'm very excited to see him, and I think he looks great.
He turned out really great.
Yeah.
I think that's a really nice looking pop. Up next, my always favorite one, I could say, DC. We got Superman #1, a black chrome Batman, an 8-bit blue and gray Batman, a 3-pack of the 1966 TV series villains. That's going to be limited to 4,000 pieces. The blue Batman and Batmobile, that will be limited to 1,250 pieces. And that is it. Not a gigantic wave. I was maybe hoping for a little more, but there's a few goodies in there, I think.
Yeah, I really like the pixelated Batman. I think that that's going to be interesting. I can't wait to like hold it and kind of feel what the texture is going to be like. Yeah.
So that one's weird. I think that one's causing the most ruckus in the community.
I know, probably so.
I guess for some good reasons. I mean, it just doesn't really feel like it belongs in the pop category for some reason.
Definitely not, because I mean, it's very textured. It's very different than what you would expect for a pop. So I could see where a lot of people are upset with that.
It seems like it just belongs on its own little thing.
Yeah.
You know, there's a lot of other companies that do 8-bit figures.
Definitely.
I don't know if Funko has decided, well, we're probably not going to be successful if we try to make these on our own. Let's just sort of mesh it more into the pop look and try to sell it under the pop line. That's what it kind of feels like. So I don't think I'll be a collector of this 8-bit stuff. However, I'm a collector of Batman, so I'll buy that just because it's Batman. But who knows? Maybe when we see it in person, we'll fall in love. I don't know. Another good one was Superman #1. So this is the same body as the Legion of Collectors one that we got, where it was a resculpt sort of Christopher Reeve in a way. A lot of people aren't real crazy on that because they're only changing that logo in the center of his chest. That police badge is what that was supposed to be. Now, for a Superman fan like myself, I just want it because it's a comic book figure. It's the #1, the Superman #1 comic book look. I would like to see the Action Comics #1 Superman as well, like we got in the action figure.
Definitely.
But I'm happy with it. It's not something fantastic as far as Funko taking a lot of time to make something. But I'll still take it because, you know, Superman and it's comic book history. Up next is a black chrome Batman. Now, we've seen leaks. This is apparently probably going to be in Barnes & Noble as one of their shared exclusives. Now, we saw the blue one came in Toy Tokyo for San Diego Comic-Con. Pretty much nobody could get that one unless you won inside that little raffle, or you were in San Diego Comic-Con. So I'm glad to be able to get this. I probably prefer blue, but I'll take the black, whatever. You know, it's chrome, it's Batman.
I mean, Darkest Night, Dark Knight, he kind of makes it makes sense.
Whatever. And then I guess the last one to really talk about that I think is special is that Batmobile again. They've now had, what, the red one, the chrome one, I believe, and the black one, and then, of course, this will make the blue one. They do this all the time. All this is... Did they make a red one yet? They might have made a red one. Not a chrome one. I don't know. Whatever. But they're just replicating the old Japanese tin toys, basically, the old Batman toys. They've done it before in Pops. They've done it before in Dorbs.
Yeah.
They're continuing that with the action figure line that they're creating. These things are a little pricey, though. They're about $50 to $60 when you buy them for the con, so it's a little hard, I think, to get into if you want to collect just a plastic Batmobile.
Up next, we get to see Star Wars. Now, up first, we got to see from Rogue One, Action Pose K2SO. Also from Rogue One, we got to see Saw Gerrera with hair. We also got to see Jyn disguised with helmet. A Death Star droid is coming. They also showed us that we're getting Dengar. And then finally, we get Boba Fett with Slave One.
So, yeah, this one, Star Wars fans, some of it is exciting, I think. Some of it is a little boring, I would say, or kind of going back to something I don't think really belongs. I think K2SO was one of those, the action post. I loved K2SO.
I loved him.
I thought he was an amazing droid.
I cried died in that movie. I won't spoil it, but I loved him.
I wish he would come back in some form or fashion, but I don't think you really need a pop where he's with his gun. That's not that big of a deal. But I do think that Saw Gerrera without the helmet, you know, seeing his face, was something that people wanted, I guess. It's not a huge difference, but some people wanted.
Forrest Whitaker's hair was so crazy in that scene. I'm so glad we're getting him in pop form.
Yeah, he had a weird suit. Dengar, though, he is one that I think a lot of people did want. I know a lot of people are excited about that, but I think the biggest one to talk about this is Boba Fett and the Slave One, the good and bads. Awesome to have him in the Slave One ship. However, that Slave One ship doesn't make sense. So without being really picky here, because I don't really care per se, because we don't collect Star Wars pops that much, to be honest. So the Slave One ship doesn't look like that, and he's actually facing backwards.
Yeah, it's a little off.
But I can understand why they had to do it as far as the design, I guess. They had to sort of fit him in there. But I think I would have rather seen, I don't know how I would have rather seen it maybe, you know, sitting or standing or floating straight up, and then him be a mini maybe in there or something. I don't know what they could have done.
That's probably a good idea.
Yeah, but nonetheless, just if you want him in something.
It's Boba Fett!
Yeah, it's Boba Fett, he's in Slave One, it's pretty cool.
Up next, we have a television wave. Up first, we get to see Westworld Dolores. From Troll Hunters, we're going to have Stone Arg.
No, Arg!
Also from Troll Hunters, we're getting Jim with red armor. We're going to have a 2-pack of Buffy the Vampire Slayer with Buffy and Faith. From Doctor Who, we're getting the First Doctor. From Land of the Lost, we're getting Sleestack and Enoch. From The Walking Dead, we're getting Dwight Burnt Face. From Stranger Things, we're getting 11 with Electrodes. And finally, from the action figure line for Stranger Things, we're getting a 3-pack of 11 with Wig, Upside Down Will, and the Demogorgon. So there's definitely some good ones in this line. I'm personally most excited for Stranger Things. It's coming up really soon on TV or on Netflix. Yes!
Halloween!
That's right! I love 11 with the Electrodes. This is such a good looking pop. I love that she has kind of her hospital gown on and everything. It's just
I just think it's boring, personally. I mean, yeah, I mean, they've done this sort of before, so, you know, whatever. But they need to add more Stranger Things to it.
More Stranger Things is always great.
It's always great, yeah, exactly. I want to talk about Land of the Lost.
I knew you would.
This is pretty cool. Toy Tokyo is getting Sleestack and Enoch. It makes total sense. That's sort of, you can see that being their wheelhouse. They pick these old, you could tell that Lev at Toy Tokyo has some say maybe in this, I would say. But these are actually really cool, and I think a lot of people from a certain age are going to want these really bad. Really cool pops. I think this is a great idea to make. Unfortunately, a lot of us aren't going to be able to get it. And that Dwight from Walking Dead.
Oh my gosh, it looks so creepy. I cannot wait to hold it and feel the texture.
Yeah, I think that one is actually pretty neat compared to some of the Walking Dead ones they've done in a while.
Yeah.
A lot of people are going to want that. If you're a Walking Dead fan, I guess you're going to have to check that one off on your list.
Finally, the wave that I'm most excited for, Disney. Up first, we're getting Swimsuit Scrooge McDuck and a pile of gold. From the Black Hole, we're getting Vincent and Maximilian. From Kingdom Hearts, they're releasing Halloween Goofy. Also from Kingdom Hearts, we're getting Halloween Donald. Disney Parks, we're getting a flocked orange bird. Now this is limited to 1,000 pieces. Also from Disney Parks, we're having a flocked abominable snowman. Now this is limited to 1,000 pieces as well. For the Dorbs rides, they're releasing Mr. Toad's Wild Ride. And this is limited to 750 pieces. And then finally, we're going to have a mini Hikari 2-pack of Mickey Mouse, red and yellow. And this is limited to 3,500 pieces. There's some really good ones in this line. I'm very excited for Scrooge McDuck. Swimming in all of that gold. I remember that as a child thinking, I want to do that. In reality, you really can't, but hey, an animated series, you can.
I had wondered when we found out about this line. I was like, surely they're going to do a Scrooge McDuck in gold, right?
Yes.
Like, he's got to be in some form of gold, and I think they really nailed it here.
They did.
They went above and beyond what my expectations were for a pop swimming in gold.
Yes.
Yeah. So cool, a great pop, a must-have for you.
Oh god, yes.
But those Kingdom Hearts Halloween pops.
Yes, those are so good looking.
Yes. That Halloween Goofy and Donald were, oh my god, I love them. The designs of them are fantastic. They look amazing. I'm a sucker for Halloween. I'm a sucker for anything Halloween. Yes, and these pops, the sculpts on them are great. The colors on them are great. They nailed these. They really did. I like how Donald looks like a mummy, just all of the different wraps. He just looks really cool. A lot of overlapping, a lot of great sculptures on these. This is a great, these two, both of these are fantastic pops, I think Funko. This is some of the best stuff Funko's done. Definitely. Really good stuff. And Disney Park exclusives, you've seen non-flocked Orange Bird and Abominable Snowman. You know those are Disney Parks exclusives only, so you got to be in the park basically to get them. I've seen them actually throw them up online too, which has been a little weird, but that's whatever. But just pretend it never happened. A flocked orange bird, a flocked abominable snowman. The orange bird makes no sense to me. There's no hair on an orange. Yeah, no, there's not. I guess there isn't a bird in a way. No, he's feathers. Yeah, but he's not. I don't know. I don't know about that
Maybe
one.
it'll be textured and we don't see it or realize it. I don't think so, though.
He's not a peach, though.
He's not a peach.
But I will say the abominable snowman that's flocked.
That one's cool.
Bing! Perfect idea. I want that pretty bad. I'm not gonna be able to get it. I know 1,000 pieces is not gonna happen. But that's a really awesome pop. Up next, video games. So up first, we are getting Dig Dug, an 8-bit version. We're also gonna get a sister location, LOLbit. Never played the game. Wow, a television. Okay. From the 8-bit line as well, we're getting Shredder. We're getting a 500-piece blue foot soldier, a 500-piece purple foot soldier, a 500-piece red foot soldier. It's orange to me.
Yeah, me too.
A 500-piece white foot soldier, and finally a 500-piece yellow foot soldier. That is a lineup for video games. A bad lineup.
Wow, that's a horrible lineup.
That's a bad
it's pretty
lineup.
much all foot soldiers.
What that is them trying to sort of push the new 8-bit
Absolutely.
line. Which makes sense. Video games, you totally understand why they would do that. I think Dig Dug is a really cool one to do.
Definitely.
The Ninja Turtle one makes sense too. If you played the old Ninja Turtles and Times Things, if you played those games, you can understand where the 8-bit kind of comes into play there. I would say though that they could have done so much better.
See,
video games.
that's my thought. If you're going to push 8-bit, you could have chosen so many different characters that are 8-bit or.
Well, we know the license.
We know that, like you
that
know,
they can't
Nintendo
get.
cannot. They won't do anything. With
Oh
it. They
yeah,
won't anybody
I know they're trying.
But
I know they're trying to get Nintendo, but
I just feel like that.
you can't sell this 8-bit
this.
until you get Nintendo, right? Is that what you
No,
think?
that's my
That's what I
opinion.
think too. Like the 8-bit's cool. But until you get Nintendo, maybe they already
Right.
have Nintendo, they're not saying it, that's why they're starting the 8-bit. That's the secret, some, you know.
Wouldn't
something
that
there.
be a nice
Yeah, we'll see how that
sprinkling of
goes.
fairy dust?
But if you're an Ninja Turtles fan, you're going to want it, like, this is sort of like NECA. NECA did these colors too when they went back to the Turtles with their action figure line.
Right.
They did all the colors of the foot soldiers. So again, it makes a lot of sense. The only thing that I would say with these 8-bit figures, I would like to see them actually do different colors on the different angles.
Yes.
And the different sides of them.
Right.
Because that
Add
really
some
kind
shadows.
of... Yeah, that shows you 8-bit more when you see the different colors. Just like
Right.
they're actually using pixel art. I don't feel that in these 8-bits. I don't feel pixel art. I just feel form.
Right.
Which is cool, but it's not exactly... I don't know if even Funko could do that with the paint job, but it's not exactly what I would want to see.
Right.
But the TV. We don't play Five Nights at Freddy's. Don't have any clue about the game or anything, but Funko's doing a television.
This is the coolest pop I think Funko has ever
Are you
made.
serious?
I think so.
It's a
I
television.
love this.
Okay, well...
It's so weird and different, and I'm like, wow.
It is weird.
That's cool.
It's sort of like the Game of Thrones throne when they sold just a chair.
Yes.
I tell you though, when I saw the television, the first thing I thought of immediately was, I want the MTV television.
Yes, I never would have thought of
I don't know
that.
why, but if we're gonna go 90s, I'd love to have like an MTV television
Yeah,
for some
that'd be
reason.
pretty cool.
Or The Ring.
Ooh,
Coming out of the television?
Yes.
Turn it into horror. We don't
Love
need Five
it.
Nights at Freddy's. We need like real horror, not video game horror. Like not kids horror, but like adult horror. What wave are we on? We haven't been counting waves.
We haven't. We're so far behind. We're on the most recent
Here's the wave. I'm going to put it right
Yeah.
here on the screen. This is the wave we're on. But what this wave is... What is this wave? This wave is 80s, 90s. Nostalgia to my heart. First one, Dragon Zord. We finally see it. I was
Yes.
wondering if we were going to get a Dragon Zord. We kind of had to. I knew we were going to. Once the little pint-sized hero came out, I knew we were going to get a Dragon Zord. They also showed off a black and gold Dragon Zord. Now this sort of is just like the black series, the black and gold series that the Legacy Collection does. So there's nothing different here, although this will be a Toy Tokyo exclusive, so good luck getting that. I'm sure it's going to be difficult. You know how it's going with Toy Tokyo. We're also going to get a glow-in-the-dark Green Ranger. Sailor Moon fans, a Sailor V is coming out. Also, All Real Monsters, one of my favorite cartoons of all time, Scary Ickis. Masters of the Universe fans, I think will be excited about anything flocked. Masters of the Universe is cool, but the Beast Man is so cool. It's not as cool as I would say Lino. The Lino was like the coolest one, but this Beast Man one is a close second. G.I. Joe, didn't think they would be in this line, but G.I. Joe Destro, loving the chrome head on that. That looks so, so cool. Thundercats, getting a couple things here. You're getting a 3-pack of the Dwarves with Lion-O, Mumra, and Snarf. And then finally, that new vinyl line that Funko has come out with, a 2-pack of Lion-O and Mumra. So again, I think the one that I'm most excited about is the Dragon Zord, of course.
Oh,
the
definitely.
regular version of the Dragon Zord. I would say the body looks a little small compared to the head. Maybe the head needs to be shrunk a little bit. I don't know what's going on there.
Yeah.
Still a cool design. It looks a lot like the Princess Hero, just expanded. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but I still want it. We were lucky enough to get the Megazord. We'll show that stuff off later. So gotta have the Dragon Zord, and give me a Tiger Zord. Funko, if you're watching, make a Tiger
I was getting ready to say, do you think they'll make a Tiger Zord?
I hope so.
Hopefully.
I hope so. Now the gold gold and black one, though, the Toy Tokyo will... I'm glad that they're doing both. Everybody knows, and everybody complained right away when they saw, because Jason David Frank showed off the gold and black one first, before we even knew the regular one was coming out. Of course, that made everybody angry because we know about Toy Tokyo and how hard it is to get their stuff.
Right.
Dragon Sword's important, blah, 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 blah. Well, we kind of knew they were going to come out with a regular one. So this is okay to me. It's okay if you're going to make these rare colors hard to get. That's okay. As long as you offer the community the regular one.
I like the rarity of items. I like that they have two versions. One that's a regular version you can get, and then you have the rare item. It's like the chase form that you used to be able to find in the stores. Yes, I know they still make chases, but they're kind of like that wild goose egg that you can never find.
So it's always good for a community to have rare things.
Yes.
It is. Even though they're going to be expensive and it sucks not to get it, it is very good for a community to have rare ones.
Yes, it keeps collecting exciting and fun and just makes you want to go out and do it. Yeah.
And one thing I will say I don't like, though, is that glow-in-the-dark Green Ranger. It makes no sense to me.
It doesn't.
We have a regular Green Ranger, we have a metallic Green Ranger. Green Ranger, Power Rangers don't glow in the dark. So I don't understand what's going on with that.
Maybe that's a subtle hint for the new movie, even though this is, not
I guess when they morph, or when they have that sort of, I don't know,
have a glowing light.
Maybe, I don't know. This seems like they were just, throwing one out, putting glow-in-the-dark paint on it and trying to make a little money on it to me. So I don't know about this one. I'm not super excited about it. I won't be getting that one, even though I'm a super Power Ranger fan. The Ickis, though.
Oh my gosh, I'm so glad that they made this one with a scary face. It makes so much sense. I was desperately wanting him to have his
We haven't bought him yet.
So
we're going to get this one instead.
This one's what we'll have.
We did it with Cat Dog, too. We hadn't bought Cat Dog, we got the flocked one first.
It's like, we want that, but then a better one comes out and we're like, oh, I'm so glad I didn't buy that yet.
We're expanding, which you'll find out soon.
We are!
And we haven't really been able to buy a lot of things right now because we ran out of space, but we're getting space, so that's for another time. But we're going to buy a lot of these Nickelodeon ones and have an awesome collection of this stuff. So I'm glad they made Ickis. I want to see some more stuff like this, though. Other than that, I would say the last coolest one to me anyways is the Beastman, the Flock Beastman.
Oh, yeah.
Masters of the Universe was before my time, but I can tell, at least I can admit when a really cool pop is made. And I would say that. One thing, though, I don't usually buy him because I leave him for people that are actually super fans of it. Even though I think it's really cool, but I'll let those Masters of the Universe fans buy him up. But very cool pop.
And finally, the last wave so far is Warner Brothers. Up first from Lord of the Rings, we have a 6-inch glow-in-the-dark Balrog. From Looney Tunes, we're getting Speedy Gonzales. Now he's limited to 3,500 pieces. We're also getting Lippy the Lion, which is limited to 1,000 pieces. From Hanna-Barbera, we're going to have Hardy Har Har, limited to 1,000 pieces. That was kind of fun to say, Hardy Har Har. From Wacky Races, we're getting a Dorbs Ride. We're having Gravel Slag with Boulder Mobile. This is limited to 2,000 pieces. The mic drop for me, the biggest thing that I'm so excited about for this whole thing, Snape as Neville's Boggart. Oh my god. We're also getting Luna Lovegood with Lionhead as a rock candy. And finally, from Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, we're getting Grindelwald. Oh my god, that Snape as a Boggart is the coolest pop ever. I know I said that earlier about the television. This is my favorite. I'm so
way better
excited.
than the television.
Way better than the television. I love the design. It was one of my favorite scenes in the entire Harry Potter series. It was cool to read in the book, but to have that visualized on television to see, very cool. And this is such a good looking pop. I love how they incorporated all of the aspects of Neville's grandmother.
They went ham on that design. Yeah. Props to the sculptor on that. That was a lot of work.
Bow down to you, whoever did this one.
That was pretty awesome. What a cool looking pop.
Definitely.
Did you ever think they would have done that one?
No, I would have never in my wildest dreams imagined this would have been a pop to come out. And I'm glad that they went there and did this.
Yeah.
Because it seems like a lot of the Harry Potter characters, they've done them, like a lot of the big ones. So we get more of these obscure characters coming out. And
that's
to see
what I'm talking
this
about.
of Snape, oh my god,
when you think of obscure, that's how you do it. Now, I do want to talk about one that I was like, oh, really cool. No! Speedy Gonzales.
Yeah.
That would have been awesome to have. Looney Tunes is fantastic. Everybody loves Looney Tunes. If you don't like Looney Tunes, what the heck is wrong with you?
That's right.
That was like... Looney Tunes almost felt like more than Disney to me when I was a kid, I feel like.
Well, it was on TV, like, right when we got home from school every day. So I'd sit down at Grandma's and eat, and I remember seeing that, watching it all the time.
There's still a lot of Looney Tunes pops we haven't seen. Like, I would love to see, like, Roadrunner.
Right.
Like, that would be super cool to have a Roadrunner. Maybe a 2-pack with Wild Coyote and Roadrunner.
Yes! Oh my god,
awesome.
I love that idea. Please do that.
But Speedy Gonzales is limited to 3,500 pieces. I wonder if this will go up on the Funko shop like they did with San Diego Comic-Con.
Probably.
I'm going to try to get this one. I want this one.
I want this one too. I want to see size-wise what this is going to look like inside the box.
I think he's small, but his hat makes him so big.
That's what I'm thinking.
That's what I'm thinking, yeah. That sombrero is pretty big.
So I wonder if he'll have a base or not. Probably.
His feet are pretty wide, so I don't know. But that's a very cool pop. I want that pretty bad.
Now, the last one in this line that I was really excited to see is Grindelwald. I didn't think we were going to get this in pop form because he had such a small little part in the movie. Not
small
really,
but big, right?
Small but big. I mean, this version of Grindelwald you didn't get to see but for a few seconds, minutes on the movie. So I'm glad we're getting this. And I can't wait to see the next movie in the lineup.
Yeah, it's cool pop. I assume they probably waited a long time so it didn't give away like the spoilers.
Probably.
So that's why they did it. But they did a great job. It actually looks like Johnny Depp.
It does!
It really does. And with that wide eye, that sort of silver eye, really good design.
Plus, they were probably waiting on Johnny Depp's, you know, notoriety to go down after everything.
Alrighty, so that was the New York Comic Con waves. So far, we've done a lot. I know, like I said, we got behind and stuff. We'll try to keep them lower. It's a little difficult for us right now. However, I would say, so far, some good stuff, some bad stuff, some okay stuff.
Right.
But there's a lot more to go, actually. We're about halfway through, so there's still a lot more to go. And this will be just like San Diego Comic Con, if you guys are wondering. A lot of these will be shared with stores. Of course, we will cover that. We'll do the links live when they go live on our Facebook. We'll put a link down below if you guys want to follow that and kind of check it out. We'll do it on Twitter as well. So when they come up online, live, we post them so you guys can pick them up. So it's that season again. This will be starting October 5th. That is when the sales will start in store. October 4th is when we'll get a list of the stores that will be shared with these pops, or these pops will be shared with these stores. Whatever, it doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? That's when it'll happen. So yeah, we'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching this really long video, probably.
That's right. I'm sorry.
We'll see you next time, guys.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.
Good day to have a good day.